TAMIU has felt like home since I was a baby because my mom used to work here as an administrator and she would bring me along campus all the time. And so some of my earliest childhood memories have been spending my summers here at TAMIU's Rec Sports Summer Camp and attending a bunch of campus events because my mom would organize them, so it was so fun to see. And so it's been full circle because as a college student, I worked as a camp counselor for the same summer camp, and I am part of TAMIU student life and celebrations that my mom helped establish. So it's really special that I get to share this legacy and continue it and to pass it on. As a child, I would always come for the campus events because my mom would organize them, so it was cool to see my mom in action. One of the events that I would see and I remember is Discover TAMIU, because she introduced it, and seeing it so small long before I was a student, and then now as a student where I get to actually help out, has been really surreal because it just grew the last 10 years, and it brings the community together, and it brings me to a closer bond and connection to TAMIU and my mom. So I always thought I was going to be a doctor, specifically a dermatologist, but one day I was like talking to my cousin and I was just playing with him, and my mom, he was 3 at the time, and my mom was like, Tanya, have you ever heard of speech therapy? And I was like, no. I'm like, what is it? And I searched it up, and I think I was about to graduate high school, and she's like, you should look into it. So I did, and I was like, you know what? I like it. Like, let's see what happens. And so I go to class, and I was like in awe. I was like, what? I go to class and I learned that it's like more than just playing with like a child. You could help adults, you could help nonverbal children with like AAC devices, so with like iPads or speech generating devices. And you could also treat swallowing disorders, so that's my interest in the medical route of speech language pathology. So I got accepted to other universities, and I remember I was visiting one of them, and I was like, this is not it for me. And like I already knew, like I wasn't excited about the other universities because I had a feeling like I was gonna stay here, and I'm so glad I did. So I had different opportunities here that I didn't know. So in my undergraduate experience, in my major, not a lot of universities offer the clinical experience, so I thought it was a nice quirk that TAMIU offers here for students like me in the communication disorders program. So I really benefited a lot by being here. Yeah, it was definitely a mixture of like my family, professors, supervisors, friends, because with my mom, it was just like #1 supporter. And then the supervisors and the professors, it was just like their personal stories. So it really helped me when they would also share that they were a student like us, and everybody starts as a student. And it's only through like just the practice and the hands-on experience where you'll really learn. And then with friends, it was just like, oh, I feel the same way. So we just all bonded. I learned that this is just a learning process, and not having everything figured out is something quite beautiful. To the future TAMIU students, I would say, if you feel like you are struggling, you are not failing, you are learning. And no one will ever ask you how many times you had to retake a test or how many times you failed a class. And no one will ever measure your success by the setbacks you have endured, because those things do not define you. And what matters is that you show up, ask for help, adapt, and continue growing to the person you are destined to be. So what's next is that I'm going to attend UT Health San Antonio to pursue my master's degree in speech language pathology. And in 5 years, I hope to get that master's degree, start working as a medical speech language pathologist, and hopefully become a clinical supervisor to help others find their voice, just how like the supervisors I had here at TAMIU helped me find mine. So I hope I could carry on the knowledge that I learned here at TAMIU's Communication Disorders program and help future speech language pathologists. Slowly, with practice and collaboration with my professors, I embraced the process. And most importantly, I learned I was chasing some unrealistic version of perfection. Things work out when you let yourself evolve. My name is Tanya González, and I'm going beyond.